So a lot of people, they don't like to meditate because it actually stresses them out. But if you actually try to do meditation after you do yoga, then it's a completely different experience. See, I was just able to meditate there, lying down. And you can do a couple different kinds of meditation. You can do visualization or you can do relaxation. A lot of people, they need the relaxation. They need the stress relief. That's what a lot of people are looking for, but when they sit down to meditate, they feel like it stresses them, which is ironic. And that used to happen to me a lot too. I would sit down to meditate, but I would feel my mind wanting to do a million other things. And I couldn't get myself to just sit there, and I just wouldn't end up doing it. So that's the beauty of what Hatha Yoga taught me, that if you can calm down the body, then the mind calms down. And so to relax the body with Hatha Yoga and then meditate, that's how yogic science recommends meditation. That's their meditation recommendation for the nation. And so if you're just trying to meditate right off the bat, you're not following yogic science. It's not going to work as well. So you got to understand how to bring the body to ease, and then the mind will come to ease. Or else you're kind of just, depends on what kind of technique you're actually using. But a lot of the time, meditation isn't really accomplishing much for people at all. A lot of the time, all they're doing is agitating their mind when they sit down to meditate. Because they don't understand what we just talked about. They don't understand how to use the body to relax the mind. And so people they keep on staying stressed out. And that's unfortunate because the point of yoga and meditation is to decrease the stress so that you can improve your life. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some breathwork practices. See, breathwork is a really interesting tool as well because it's really a prerequisite to meditation. So don't mind the mess. I'm coming home from Boca and just had to retrieve a lot of stuff. So before I even go into meditation, I do my hour of asanas, and it doesn't have to be an hour. I just showed you a nice, 5 to 10 minute practice, a sun salutation. Something like that is all you really need to relax the body and bring you into a more calm state. Now, I'm going to show you some breathwork practices. Now, breathwork is really basic and straightforward as well. You're using your breath to calm the system and to harness the energy, to focus the energy in your system. Meditation can only happen when all the energies in your body are functioning in harmony. And so you can't just go into meditation. You can do different breathing practices. And I'll show you this routine that is a little bit elaborate. See, all of this requires a certain amount of training in a very sanctified and serious teaching format so that you learn it properly, because this can completely transform your life. Now, there's other very simple things that you can learn right off the bat. For example, sitting like this. This is called Vajrasana, diamond posture. It's also called thunderbolt posture because it brings energy into your system. And the diamond is the most stable physical structure. And so if you want to bring energy and stability into your system, then even just sitting like this and watching the system you'll find it come to ease. You'll find that it also helps your digestion. You'll find that everything is very stacked and aligned and symmetrical and congruent in your body. And so you feel very stable. You could sit like this when you're just relaxing. I like to sit like this and I type I have my keyboard that I'll bring over with a little, my breakfast wooden table. I'll type like this. This is better than sitting crisscross applesauce, but I will show you also just how to sit cross-legged. But for now, I want you to focus on Vajrasana because this can help you harness your energy to de-stress your system, to help your digestion. Let's say you ate a big meal. This will completely calm everything. This will relax your system. This here is yoga. Even just sitting here in this posture is yoga. Everything in your body changes when you change the posture of your body. And so just practice this. Practice sitting like this. You might have a little bit of tightness in your legs. You might have a little bit of pain in your ankles, so you can put pillows underneath your ankles if you feel the pressure. Now I have a carpet and a yoga mat. And this is a thick cork yoga mat. So I'm used to this. I sit like this probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour a day, because I do all my breathing practices in here. It's called Shakti Chalana. You can learn that through Isha Foundation. But even just sitting like this, I want you to practice and see the difference in your system. So right now I'm just gonna do my breathing practice. You can watch. And after, I'm gonna show you how to sit. And how to sit is very important because if you sit wrong, then the energy in your body is gonna get disrupted. That's the opposite of relaxation. See, a lot of people are sitting for many hours a day, but they're not sitting right. And so the energy is disturbed and they're feeling uncomfortable. And that's a mild form of stress. But if you sit right, then you can enjoy, you can be at ease, and your whole nervous system and your hormones will work better if you're at ease all day long. So everyone talks about stress reduction. Well, you have to think about stress reduction in your common every day-to-day tasks. Whether it's how you think about things, whether it's how you hold your body, whether it's the posture that you take as you work, as you drive, whether it's changing your car, which, by the way, is why I'm buying an SUV instead of my Toyota, because it has like a bucket seat that pushes your neck forward and puts you kind of in this weird bucket position. And that's very bad for your system. It's bad for your spine. And so if you can take care of your spine, which is a very prime tenet in yoga, then your whole system is going to operate better because your brain can only communicate to your whole system through your spine. So that's the whole idea behind chiropractic, is bring alignment and integrity and strength to the spinal column, and then everything will function better, your brain and your whole body. Because remember, every cell is only getting energy and is only getting messages from your brain through your spine. Okay, so this is the command center. These are the wires that it sends it through your spine, the trunk, and then it branches out to all the leaves. And so that's why it's important to lengthen, align, and strengthen the spine. And even just sitting like this, you can see, you hold the spine at ease. So I'm going to do my breathing practice now, pranayama, and then after I'll show you how to sit in Ardha Siddhasana, which is just the basic sitting posture. So now the system is completely relaxed. And now meditation is more effective. That was meditation in and of itself. And when you do things like this that influence your body and your brain, you get insights. So I just got insights about, I'm going to do and experiment. 7 days, only fruit. Because I have all this fruit. My body is just telling me, eat these fresh mangoes that you got from Yogi Hari's ashram. Eat the watermelon that you have. It's just giving me all the right signals. So just fruit and vegetables, just fruit and salad. That's it. Just eat that. And the simple thing of, what to do with your day, the simplicity of what I'm gonna do now, and I just feel so calm and relaxed and centered about my day. So the first things first is, this is the day in the life of a yogi. First things first is choose my mangoes. You want the softest mangoes, and I'm gonna probably eat 6 mangoes today. So I want to start cooling these off. And so today also I'm gonna be editing and bringing you guys this yoga knowledge. I want everybody to have in their hands the basics of just yoga postures, like what I just showed you, the basics of yoga postures, just so that you can start bringing your system to ease. So there's a lot to be said about yoga, but even just the basics of bringing your body to ease with how you sit is a tremendous starting point. Like, you can't underestimate it. You really can't. All right, we got some avocados. Yeah, I'll take out some. We'll have some avocados today. Avocados are fruit, so it counts. So I'll show you guys how I'm working on that. That's gonna be a bunch of fun. I gotta clean up this apartment. As you can see, there's a lot going on. My dad was actually in the hospital, so I haven't been here in Miami. And yeah, so today I'm just gonna be working on that yoga program. There's actually a very wonderful branch of yoga called Upa Yoga, which is 5-minute practices that can completely bring your system to calm and peace. And I find this the best place to start for people, because a lot of people don't want to do 10, 15, 20 minutes, let alone 30, 40 minutes of yoga. So you have to taste it first. So I'm gonna whip that up. I'm gonna show you guys everything that a yogi does in a day. So that's a good start. We went to the park already. We did our yoga by the pool. This is gonna be our first meal. Is probably 3 of these mangoes with these amazing spices. So then we're just gonna start working on projects. All right, and cleaning this apartment up. So that's the outlook for today. Maybe go look at some cars, but that's just what's happening right now. But also, we can't talk about the car, because the upright posture in the car is huge. I'm telling you, your body gets disrupted if you're not sitting and holding your spine in the right posture. It can create mental agitation, and it can hurt your body. When you eat and you have to go sit in this uncomfortable bucket seat car, or if you're sitting in the wrong style of seat, then it's gonna affect your digestion and your energy. Look at how this works. So this is my computer setup, right? So I'll be able to sit on this in Ardha Siddhasana. So heel into the perineum, which is the point between the genitals and the anus. The left heel is right there at the perineum. And then hands can come like this at rest. And this is a very comfortable position that I can work in, right? Of course, I'll be facing that way. And I can also come in this position. I can sit in Vajrasana. And I can work like this. So it's really, really important. And you can also work like this. This is also a great posture. And then even this is fine. I'm using my abs, I'm using my back. I don't have an awkward computer chair, guys. You have to have functional ways to sit, all right? So that's that. Let me get back to you.